Hey guys, welcome back. As promised, I got a new video for you. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Clark Sister movie. That's right. It's a little late, but I said I just got to put my word out there as like their top #1 fan. Like, who else could break the movie down but me? Okay, if you hear a little music in the background, it's because my husband is playing studio in the back. Okay, so take a moment before we get started on anything else to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, and all of my information to follow me on social media is below. All right, so let's get started. So I am the biggest Clark Sisters fan. Like, I remember my childhood. I was sitting on the steps with a tape recorder, which I think I just told my age. But sitting on the steps with a tape recorder, I had um, the album with You Brought the Sunshine on it, and I would play it. Not You Brought the Sunshine, but all the songs, the whole tape, over and over and over and over again until I knew everybody's part, the harmonies, everything. Like, I was probably the only 8-year-old walking around singing Endow Me, okay? So, one thing, I'm so glad that it got everybody talking about them, because I feel like people only know, like, how awesome they are now, but they don't know about them in the past. And if you're new and you don't really know who the Clark Sisters are, they are like one of the top rated gospel artists out ever. Okay, their sister group consists of Twinkie, Jackie, Dorinda, Karen, and Denise. Okay, so I just remember being in love with them, and I would sing like, they have other songs other than Jesus Brought the Sunshine. I feel like that's what everybody go to. Jesus Brought the Sunshine, or Jesus is a love song. But they had songs like, what's the song that says, Jesus always keeps me company. Bum, 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 so glad I know if he's a wonderful companion. So glad okay, you had to be there. Anyway, and a lot of their slow songs, like the one, let us walk in the spirit, let me walk in the spirit, let me move. Anyway, so I was a big fan. So I was really excited about this movie that came out a couple of weeks ago on Lifetime, which was like their biopic. I was nervous because everybody knows Lifetime has not been doing the best with giving biopics. So, get to the movie and I see Matty Mouse. And the first thing I say is, them glasses though. Them glasses was fat. Okay? I just want to go back in time to wear them glasses and be fat. That's it. Because I direct the choir at my church. And I feel like those glasses will give me superpowers. Okay? Too bad I can't wear my frames. That's a little close to that in these videos. But the light won't let me be great. She was just, she was strict, she was stern. Anybody growing up in Church of God of Christ or apostolic like I grew up, it didn't seem abnormal, because that's what life was like. It was strict. You couldn't go here, you couldn't do this, you couldn't wear that. It was just like the scene, they had a scene in there where Jackie, her daughter, came to the house in pants on, and she would not let her in that house. Like, that's real stuff. That's not dramatized. That's for real. We'll get deeper in that on another video though. But that stuff is real. Like, your whole life was geared to church. It was church, work, school, home. Church, work, school, home. And not necessarily in that order. There was not a lot of family and church balance. Like, when I was a kid, we would go on vacation well, I guess you can't really consider it a vacation because we would go on church trips. So I've been all over the United States, but they were for church trips, like conventions and services and fellowships. And, we're going to New York, but we're there for 4 days, but the whole 4 days you in workshops and service, morning service, breakfast, lunch, this service, so the church was always somehow incorporated in everything. So they really did a great job with depicting the reality of growing up in church, especially when your parents are minstrels. Like my mom was the minister of music. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no, the choir gotta go sing, you could stay at home. Like, no, like I had to go because my mom is not only the musician, but she's over the music ministry. So a lot of stuff I got pulled to and had to be there, and it gets rough. And my granddaddy was the deacon. So that means if I wanted to ride to church with him, I had to be there super early because he got to open the doors. He got to make sure the bathroom's straight, all that. My grandma was the evangelist. So it was just a lot to it. But back to the movie. The actresses that they got to play the parts, oh my God. I feel like I don't know how they did it because that was like the best I've ever seen. Kiara playing her mama, hands down, is just common sense. Like, I couldn't see nobody else doing it. I could even see Kiara playing Twinkie because she looks a lot like Twinkie. And the lady who played Dorinda was dope too. She got her mannerisms and like how her voice. Dorinda always tricks you. You know her voice sounds a little raspy sometimes, and you be like, ain't no way she gonna hit that note. Dorinda range is crazy, okay? I kind of like that. It's like a you don't know what I could do kind of voice. I know Crystal Bell was in, I think she played Twinkie. She's from the group Zael, which I used to follow their videos on YouTube a lot. She's dope as well. The young lady who played Denise, I keep getting her confused with the girl off Glee. And I keep hearing that they are two separate people. So if y'all know what her name is, comment below because I don't remember everybody's name. I know the girl who played Dorinda, her name is Angela. And I forgot the girl who played Jackie. But I think they did. That part was amazing. Not really sure how much of everything is true or not. Did Maddie Moss Clark, which was their mom, did she really get abused by her husband? And, did he really abuse Jackie in a sense? Because Maddie Moss was, married before. She had 2 kids, which was Jackie and her son. And then she got remarried and had the rest of them. So Denise, Twinkie, Karen, Dorinda. So there's like this dramatization about the drama between Maddie Moss's new husband and the oldest daughter from the previous marriage, which I can understand because I live in a blended family too. So sometimes there's a little conflict between the children and the new person, or even between, and that's not just my kids to him, but it's also his daughter to me because, everybody's used to a certain level of attention from the parent. So then now when they have to share their parent with this other person, that could cause some type of like, you're so irritating because that's my mama, So I don't know if that was technically their issue or whatever, but I could see the conflict being real. And I don't think that the conflict between the stepfather and Jackie was at all dramatized. I think that was legit. I also do see some truth in her issue with him and his issue with her being always gone, having to travel for the church and all that, because again, back then there was no family church balance. So if you had a role and you had something that you were obligated to do at church, there was no I can't go because my husband want to watch TV. Like, it was like we all go together or you sit here, I got to go. You know, so I could see that causing uh, a rift. And of course, I'm always use my personal life. Like, so at my church, our minister of music, he went on to pastor. And so a few of us had to step up to lead the music ministry. So, which was fine because I assisted him when he was doing it. I grew up doing it with my mom, so it wasn't that big of a deal. However, at this point, I'm married now. So, all the time that you have to put into it, it's like you almost feel not like you have to ask permission, but you kind of got to be like, okay, babe, this is the role I'm getting ready to take, and this is what it's going to require from me to do, you know, X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna have to be out on Wednesdays late. I'm gonna have to do rehearsals late. The choir got a gig this Sunday and that Sunday, or whatever, blah blah. So that he doesn't plan anything or want some special time, you know, and they start butting heads with each other. So I could see that being real. Now, as far as him hitting her and stuff like that, I don't know, and I choose not to get that deep. I watched everything, the Larry Reid lives, the Larry Clark, their nephew, did some lives, and I just feel like it's three sides. Okay, it's they side, Denise side, and the truth. So I'm not gonna dwell on everything, you know, or what I know for sure that this happened. But baby, the way they depicted Denise, baby, she was out of there. Okay, she was coming out of rehearsal talking about where the thugs at, where the thugs at, where the thugs at. I mean, she didn't do that in the movie, but that's the personality that they gave her. That soon as rehearsal was over, she was batty batty. Okay, they in the movie they had her mentioning that she had like multiple boyfriends. She was coming in the house at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, now that I look back on it, it's like, isn't that a part of most of us who grew up in church, like strict church? I'm not talking about you grew up in church, y'all went every Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, whatever. I'm talking about strict, like no pants, no earrings, no makeup, couldn't go bowling, couldn't go to the movies, couldn't do none of that, like strict. I mean, you was at church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, second Saturday, third Saturday. That's how you know you really was brought up in church. When you can count your Saturdays and Sundays, you know what a second Saturday and a third Saturday and a fourth Sunday is. That's how you know you legit a pew baby. But I feel like there's a little Denise in all of us. I feel like we all, at some point, especially I'll say me, you were put in this box and you couldn't move out this box. And so you get a certain age and you just kind of wild out. And again, don't forget we're on quarantine, so if y'all hear noise going back and forth, my kids, I can't make them just sit. But you know, you start wilding out, you start want to flop your feathers, whether it be right or wrong. You want to experience things, you want to experience life, and at that time in your 18-year-old mind, all of that stuff is really important. You don't see the value in, you know, not so much as staying in the box, but really listening to the foundations of what they telling you, because in the long run, it does benefit you. Right now, you thinking fast tracked in the right now. And so in the movie, Denise ended up having 3 babies out of wedlock. Mind you, they are well known in their organization. Their mom is over the music ministry. They going around singing about their life being in vain, and here their sister is off dropping it like it's hot. She out here thotting and bopping, you know. So that brought up a lot of stuff too, because I too had multiple children out of wedlock. I gave birth to 4 children and was not married. So the fear that she had with telling her mom and all that, I could really vouch for that, because it was definitely the same with me, where I could not understand what was my next point. Should I be should I sit down? Should I, you know, tell the pastor and you have all this humility and sadness and blah blah blah, even though you're kind of excited because you're having a baby, but at the same time it's just, you know, all this stigma that's being put on you because you supposed to be in church, or you supposed to not be doing this, and you supposed to be being pure. So I kind of felt that. I felt that. So the movie goes on and shows how, like, they, you know, created their songs, and how Twinkie was really like, she felt so obligated to be there. And 1 minute later, so dealing with the humility and all that from that. So it goes on to tell about how Twinkie was really like the core of the group, because she wrote the music and she played the piano and she gave them their parts. Like, even if you watch their interviews now, they all tell you, like, you know, we need Twinkie here because Twinkie would give us our parts before they start singing. And in most of their like performances, you see her, they're all looking to her like, okay, what are we doing next? You need a ooh, or you want a ooh, or ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so I thought that that was great. I hated that the timelines was off. Like, they had Blessed and Highly Favored as if it came out in 2001, and it did not. It came out in like 2011. Like, they all had individual careers before that came out. So Karen Clark Sheard, who's amazing, had an album called Finally Karen. And it was her with the green and like the little 90s hairstyle. She had braces. And that album, you could play it from beginning to end, nonstop. And then after that, she had Second Chance. So that was talking about after her surgery or whatever, that people keep trying to figure out what it was. Obviously, she was big. She had the surgery, got sick. Now she little. Okay, point proven. So she had Second Chance, which was a little bit more, you know, jazzy or whatever. And it talked a lot about the stuff that she been through, whatever. That's another one you could play beginning to end. And then she had The Heavens Are Telling, which was kind of, yeah, it was cool. I would give it like a 8 out of 10 or whatever. Dorinda had No Not One, which is the only Dorinda album that I would play back and forth, back and forth. It's her with like the red and the rose or whatever. And she has some more albums. I'm not really like just a Dorinda fan. That album is. Jackie has some. Twinkie has some too. But the way that they show Twinkie in the movie or whatever, the scene where her husband pushing Maddie Mouse, he pushed her. He had to push her. He had to push her mama. Her mama was on a cane. He didn't have to push her. Then this girl walked out the house and stayed with him. I don't know if that's true. But if it is true, Twinkie, you is bogus, girl. And you need to have several seats, because anybody push my mama is... Hold me back. Hold me back. That's what's going on. So that part kind of blew me, because I was like, come on, y'all. Y'all depicted her to just be slow. Like she don't have no mind of her own. She can't think it through. So she don't know that at this point, this is your biggest red flag. This is a red flag with a red flag on the inside with a picture of a red flag. Okay? So then they show her, she married this man. He ain't got no money, no job, no nothing. And he walking in the house complaining about what her money at. Took me through. Y'all gotta forgive me because I'm a Christian or whatever, but they was all types of niggas. Okay? All types of niggas. And cuss words and everything else. I repented afterwards though. I repented. But yeah, that I did. I was like, I really hope that that's not true or whatever. But if it is true, I mean, so many years have went on. I'm pretty sure that they have all worked out their differences. I know, like, one of the things that's just been really popular right now, where everybody is talking about, you know, the relationship between Denise now. Because, so let me go back. Denise, after she had her 3 kids out of wedlock, something transpired where she left the group. The rumors I had heard growing up was that she got kicked out the group, but in the movie they said she left the group. And you know, so now they don't really have a relationship with her. They don't talk. She doesn't sing with them, hasn't sung with them on none of them albums after that one that she left on back in the 80s or whatever. So everybody's talking like they need to reconcile and whatever, which is true. Forgiveness is key. However, and my pastor always talks about this, however, sometimes with forgiveness doesn't mean now we finna be best friends. We finna be buddy. We finna click. We finna go to Denny's and IHOP and all that. No, that's not what forgiveness means. Sometimes forgiveness means I hold nothing against you. I wish you nothing but the best, but this is where our road ends. You know, every now and again, you could call me and we'll say, hey, how you doing? Hope all is well. Praying for you, and keep it moving. That's not, you know, everybody expecting them to be buddy, and sometimes it's not. That's just not the case. And forgiveness doesn't always mean we best of friends. Okay, I got a lot of people in my life that I have forgiven for some stuff, but we ain't hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you, but I ain't stupid. Okay, so I don't. I think, in my opinion, that they should just. I'm hoping that they've both forgiven each other. She has forgiven them for their past, and they have forgiven her because they getting too old to be holding a grudge towards anything. But other than that, it was a great movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. I was so excited to see my whole Facebook timeline with nothing but church stuff, church topics. I mean, everybody has pretty much went live about the Clark sisters or whatever. So I think that that's pretty dope. The next biopic I would want to see is, you know, I was going to say Mary. However, they had their own reality show and they put all their business on there, so there's no need. I would like to see the Pace sisters, which is with LaShawn Pace, the lady that's saying, I know I've been changed. I would love to see that. And probably the Winans, the all-boy group, and then how BB and CC came to be and why they chose to make it look like they was a couple, but they was brother and sister. That's always weird. And you know what? Really? Oh, okay, they could do a commission. They could do a commission biopic. You gotta pick people that like really see. The Clark sisters work because they stepped over into the secular world. Like, people was playing Jesus Brought the Sunshine in the disco clubs and stuff. So that makes more sense because the world knows them. So I don't know how much that works when like you only church famous. But yeah, I would like to see that. So that's all for this video as far as the Clark sisters. If you didn't get a chance to see it, there is an app called Philo, Philo, where you can see it for free. You know, do like the little 7-day trial or whatever. You can watch it on there. It's on Lifetime if you have cable. You're so old if you have cable. However, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to the end of the video, put in the comments your favorite color, okay? But you can't say my favorite color. You just gotta put the color in there, okay? Like, subscribe, and share. Got a little tongue tie. Like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys next week. Next week. See ya. You know what? Bye.